SN Martin, our people, we have to work together, you know. So moving forward,
You just need to get back to basics, and from there you could see everything.
Do not settle for less in life. And entrepreneurship is the best way to go. Working for yourself, 2 thumbs up.
you know. So within my life now, I try to, how you say, fix that or not to or adapt the best within. Yeah, you know what I'm saying,
I
right?
think that's the way it's supposed to be. You know,
No,
you see something
no,
that's not good,
but
you
no.
try to adjust it, right?
But you see now, even though you try to do that, sometimes I see different cases. For example, your father used to beat your mother at home, or your father used to have a lot of kids outside, and with the child, with the son now, it happens again. And sometimes I know I have an uncle of mine. He have various kids, and he always had say he would never do it, but he still end up doing it. And after a few years, he sit down and think on it and say, boy, I still end up like my dad. You know, so that's, I think also we have to keep in mind, you know, the best things that the dad did, because sometimes it happens to you without even knowing.
Without even knowing,
I don't know
yeah.
if you know what
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
saying.
know what you're saying, and that to me is also it's a cycle that is not difficult to break, but it's going to take work, because you can only repeat what you see until
Yeah.
you see something different. You see, so like for me, I never saw that. So I never saw my father beat my mother. I never saw him running around and making children outside. So for me, that's a foreign concept for me. Although I know of cases that I've personally never seen that in my home or when I was growing up. So for me, that's a foreign concept. I can't even fathom doing that to my family. You see? So I think that boys, and this is a quote, boys will be boys until someone teaches them to be more. And right now, well, the issue that we have is that no one is teaching or not, okay, let me not say no one. There is a lack of persons that are teaching our men, boys, fathers, how to be fathers and how to be men. And until that begins to pick up, some of these cycles will continue, because it really is a cycle. And go ahead.
But what is a father though? What is
Okay.
a father, bro?
Alright.
Because there's different. Okay, let me tell you. For me, right? Look, I'm not against men who goes or who, like they say, pick up women with kids or whatever, you know. But if you, to me, your own son is would never be the same as another son. I don't know. I don't know your opinion.
I hear what you're saying. I personally feel that, you know, even though you I don't want to use the term pick up a woman. You engage in a relationship with a female that has children already. For me personally, you become that child's caretaker, father figure,
like you said, yeah.
the moment you decide to take responsibility for those children. Responsibility in the sense of giving them an identity. Because if you're gonna pick them up, you're gonna have to acknowledge them. You know.
Yeah. Not always.
Not always, but I mean,
yeah.
in some. And I'm using acknowledge very loosely, not saying that you're going to take them over, but acknowledge them in the sense that, listen, this is my stepson, or this is my wife's child that we are taking care of. You know, something like that. That's also a form right then, because now it gives that child an anchor, a sense of belonging somewhere. And then you also have to give them, you have to develop them, right? You got to give them, cultivate them, find out what their gifts are, what their talents are, put them in different environments to help them bloom and blossom. You gotta protect them. You gotta the moment you decide to do these things and give them legacy, the moment you decide to do these things, I personally believe you become a father, whether they're your biological children or not, because every child needs those things: identity, protection. You need to develop them, and you also need to promote them. You need to give them a sense of, okay, I did what I had to do now. This is the platform I've created. Now, here, this is my son, this is my daughter, this is what he can do, and you let them shine.
Yeah.
That to me is a father, whether they're your biological children or not.
I don't know what your take is.
Yeah, exactly. He's absolutely right. Once you're in their life, they look at you as the example, as that male figure. You know, so it's very, very important to have a male figure in the family.
But that's another thing too, and that's why also women have to be careful, because if you keep changing them also, that also can be something for the child.
For sure.
That's why
Because
once
there's no sense of stability.
once you're a part of their life, you have to be that right example. Because again, like he said before, the masses are already having that cycle of what they perceive as, hey, being a father. You know, so it's the few that try to do it the right way. You know, but we don't have any solid mentors in society that everybody looks up to that say, hey, that's a great father figure. And now again, we have society that we watch, which is television, portraying what's the ideal father and whatnot. Let's just tap into the TV right now. Look at the case with Bill Cosby. That show alone was showing you how to be a great dad.
Yes.
Everybody grasped to that, being a good father. And now what happened to him recently now throw everything under the bus. So it's a whole other development again for women to put now in their back pocket, hey, all men are the same.
Yeah.
All dads are the same.
No, but they also have things on TV, and when they talk about baby daddy. And
So it's right now it's widely accepted. Yeah, right now it's widely accepted. So it's very hard for the good dad, the great dad, that father figure to make that imprint on that child's life.
I think another reason too is because even though there are good dads out there, for some reason they don't want to. And I hear people say this, when about social media and whatnot. Yeah, well, I want to put all my business out there. But for me, it is like Martin Luther King Jr. used to say this quote: the only way for evil to triumph is, I think it was Martin Luther King, I'm not sure, but I think it was him. The only way for evil to triumph is if good men sit and do nothing. And if you take that in a social media sense, the only way for this current culture that doesn't promote family or doesn't promote good dads or doesn't promote any of that, the only way for that culture to keep thriving is if for people like myself, like you, Mr. Barry, who are being good fathers. If you decide, well, I don't want nobody don't have to be in my business, then the only thing that you're leaving up to for the rest of the culture to see is this example of what not to do. You see, so and again, that's why I make it intentional. I make it intentional personally with my family, my wife, and my son, and I also make it intentional when I share stuff on Facebook, because to me, again, like I say, the only good example people will see is you. And actually, because I'm a believer, Bible also says that you are a living epistle. Sometimes the only example of what to be in life people will see is you. They can never read a Bible, but they can look at your life and they can say, you know something, that's an inspiration. So that to me is one of the ways to be able to help change the tide in the culture. Now, one person can't do it, but if you get a lot of people to do that,
sometimes, bro, this is where the friction has come out, the problem has come is a wife, a husband, and 2 kids. Okay? But a wife and a husband, let's say the kids are small. How old is your son now? 2?
2, yeah.
Start to get problems, and that can cause your relationship with your son or daughter. I believe that though, because people can say, no, yes, indeed, you can still be a good dad though, but there will always be, how do you say? Attention, not only attention, but the relationship, bro, between you and your son. You're not gonna be there. You're not gonna be there every day with him. Maybe your ex-wife met someone else, and he's inside the house with your son. I don't know if you're following me.
I'm following you, and
And to me, honestly, bro, I would feel a bit uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable if you were in that case,
I was in that case.
Well, so you're saying that the who's causing the relationship to shrink?
No, let me say you and your wife, or you decide tomorrow you're divorce. It can happen, right? But they have cases though that you still try it because of the kids. You know what I'm saying? Some people that say, at the end of the day, people say, no, if you don't love her no more, or if you ain't working out no more, you gotta bust off. Don't leave no child keep you behind. You know. But what I'm saying is, when you bust off and your child is 2-3 years old, and then your ex meet another guy and bring him in the house with your child. Your child is going to create a bond with him.
Right.
And remember, you still in your child's life.
Right.
Right.
You follow me?
I follow you. So
The different scenarios I'm bringing
So,
here.
I know.
Of
So-
a father, huh?
Yeah, no, I understand. So I'm trying to understand. So you're saying that so you are saying that would, you are fearful that would affect the relationship with
You, me,
and your
son, yes,
son.
Yes.
I think in a case like that, and I'm only speaking based on opinion. Right?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
Yeah.
anybody can say I'm wrong, and it don't matter. Your
Yeah.
opinion, my opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
But I personally think a case like that all depends on the maturity level of the adults involved. I mean, you and your wife get divorced or whatnot, she or she gets in a relationship with another gentleman, and now they living together, they seemingly working things out together, and your child is in the midst. I think it would be irresponsible of all three parties to neglect the fact that now a child is involved between the three of them. So I think it will be it's a sign of maturity that all three of them can sit down and say, listen, we understand this is the situation right now, but this is your son, this is the new man in the picture.
Yeah.
We will all have to sit down and figure out how we're going to raise this child together. Because you don't want to jeopardize your relationship with your son. At the same time though, this is the person you're going to be living with, so you don't want him to build a resentment against him for you not being there,
Right.
and you don't want the mother now to also feel torn between the two of y'all, because the child is torn between the stepfather and the real father. To me, it all boils down to maturity, the maturity level of the individuals involved, and that maturity comes back to the examples that you saw growing up. If you saw examples of persons that don't know how to sit down and have a mature discussion around a table, like what we're doing here, then that is not going to follow through to the generation, because everything you do is a generational transfer.
Yeah.
It's a generational pass down. So, to me, it all depends on the maturity level of the individuals involved. Of course, you don't get everybody that's mature like that.
Right.
So that's why you have these squabbles.
Yeah.
But if you have, I know of a case, and I don't know them personally, but I've heard of it, where this individual had a child when she was, I think, 19, 20 or something like that, and the child's father she's not married to the child's father, she's married to somebody else. But her husband, her, and the father of the daughter all have a very good relationship. And that is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about when I say maturity. They have a very good relationship. They talk about any decision that has to do with that child. Right? Now they have children in their relationship by themselves. So all of that, has nothing to do with this child. But when it comes to decision with this one here that she had before she was married to him, all three of them sit at the table and have a discussion. Because all of them are involved and they go with the best idea. So she does not have any notion of, dad is not in my biological dad is not in my life, and my stepdad, he's here, but he's just my stepdad. No. Everybody is on the same level, if I can say. So it all depends on the maturity.
Maturity.
Makes sense. Makes a lot
All
of
depends on the
sense.
maturity.
Yeah, because you gotta remember it's different egos.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, but again, it's
Yeah.
different situations.
different situations, yeah.
Like I tell you, there's another case also I know of a guy he met a girl.
Well, a lot of cases.
Yeah, a lot of
There's
cases.
many.
There's many cases. And I met a person, and because you hear about people, no? You hear about people, and sometimes if I was in that case, I self don't know what to do, and you with a girl, let's say you met somebody, Darren, and you don't have no kids, and she have 2 kids, and she don't want no more kids, and you love this person. You're laughing.
I laugh
You see?
because I know a case that happened to
You see what I'm saying? So what would you do in a case like that?
Boy,
That's again simple for me.
Yeah.
Because
Why is simple, bro?
you gotta know that from the jump. If she didn't tell you she don't want anymore, then okay.
No, why?
No, because
up on the job. Why? She
no,
on the job?
if she has 2 and you get involved with her, that conversation, that's why
That
people have
conversation
conversation.
should
That
happen.
conversation,
Yeah,
do you
that
want any more
conversation should
children?
happen. Yeah.
You understand?
So
Do
you
you
could
want
know
more
what you're
kids?
signing up for.
Exactly.
No, but if you like, if you start to date the person, Brian.
Again, that's why
Again, that's
conversation.
why
No, but wait, no, you
Yeah.
start to date her.
Yeah.
That's the only thing she tell you no, she don't. When she might tell you she don't know or maybe blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you start to date the person,
Uh-huh.
whatever, whatnot.
Uh-huh.
But remember, that's not the only conversation. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna start to talk about different
No, but
stuff?
if it's
Yeah,
important,
but
if it's
wait now,
important to
but
you,
wait now, you gonna start. You will feel her. You love her. You like
Right,
her. You know
right.
her vibe. You and her vibe good. You know, or you go out or you talk on app, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, something that see you and your wife. Or you had a nice conversation on Facebook, right? About how you met. and
Yeah,
some
yeah,
things,
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you met this person, or you met, or you this app, or you this talk, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Now after a while, now
Uh,
when you start to say, boy, you know, I want a child, or you know.
so you
because-
trying to tell me that all the time I talking that
Correct.
at least that topic never come up?
But if the topic come, okay, Darren, if the topic come up now, okay, wait now, the topic come up and she tell you she don't know, or maybe, what are you gonna do? You keep
Okay,
bringing up
fine.
the topic?
Well, I'm not bringing
No,
it up
that's
right
what I'm
there,
saying.
but eventually, if that's something that, like Brian was saying, that's important to you, then that's something that will come up. But I can say this in response to that. And my wife does say this all the time. If you make a decision, you've got to go all the way with it. Right? So if you with this person and you have 2 children, you have children, you know you want children, and you ain't find out if she really gonna want any more children with you, and you in that relationship, you have a choice to make now. You either go all the way with it and you don't have no children, or you pull out. One of the two.
Like how you just said just now, you can be a father figure for her kids.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but
But-
no.
You want your own.
Well, yeah, you know,
Exactly.
because I honestly believe, bro, that a man, if he's a father figure of the woman's children, right? But I believe far down in his deep heart, he would always want his own.
Yeah, that's for
Like
sure.
to see how will his child. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, because
No,
everybody's
but
opinion
no,
is different.
everybody
You know?
knows different. But I agree with that because
You know,
it
because
is
you
true.
like because how will he look? Will he look like me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Same nose,
yeah.
same face, same everything. You know, and like in my 2 boys now, I see some characters that I had when I was a young one. You know, my mother used to tell me used to do the same thing. You know, like you have that too, right? Like certain things. You know, so I don't know if where your take is on that. Meaning, if you would want your own, you have your own.
No. Okay, if every man were to be honest, every man would want to have their own child. And that's just something I personally feel. I mean, it's just something about you producing an heir, I could say male or female, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
An heir to your legacy. And for me, and again, this is my opinion.
Male also though, right? Don't say male. or female.
Yeah, I say male and female because
No, I know, yeah,
they have
I
some men
know.
with daughters and you
I
want
know.
them to leave her, you know?
Yeah, no, but I mean to say they have men also have a lot of daughters and no male.
Yeah.
And they want a son.
Yeah,
and that
well,
too.
oh, like that you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
for me personally, that having your own child to me is a form of legacy. What are you leaving behind for your children? What are you building for them? And it's not to say that you can't take care of somebody else's own, but for your own namesake, you know, your own to keep the Rolex name going, keep
Yeah.
the Wilson and the Barry name going, you know. That is a dream of every man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
or at
believe so,
least
yeah.
many
Yeah,
men, I should
yeah,
say.
yeah.
You know, because I mean, there are some men that don't want children. I mean, kudos to them. That was never my cup of tea. But some men don't want children, and that's perfectly fine. That's yours. But for me, I wanted children because I know that there's something that I want to leave behind, in terms of a legacy and an impact in the earth that I believe that will only come through my children or my son right now, because I only have one son. But
Yeah.
I firmly believe in that concept of leaving a legacy behind, and for me that's the biggest motivator for being the best that I can be, because you don't want to end up where you sabotage your children's future by by not doing the things you need to do today. You know, I always say, and that's one of my hashtags, you know, legacy building.
Yeah.
Creating a platform for my son to be able to jump from, and that's also a part of promoting, you know, giving him that opportunity to be all that he can be, to see him thrive, to see him do well, and those are actually the families that I look at for inspiration personally. One of them that I look at is Steph Curry, and you know basketball.
Yeah,
Steph
yeah.
Curry. His dad was an NBA player, of course, right?
Yeah.
And this is why I talk about legacy. His dad, I don't think ever won a championship.
No,
I don't think his dad was ever an all-star. I mean, his dad could score, but not like Curry, junior, because he is a junior.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
actually the second.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a discussion.
He's actually
Yeah.
the second.
Yeah.
But now you look at Steph Curry. That's an example of legacy. 3-time NBA champion, NBA All-Star, scoring machine. So that to me is the example
Legacy.
of legacy and family. You know, their family's intact. He's still married to his mom. And not only Steph Curry, but his brother's in the NBA, and also his sister is an athlete as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that with legacy,
So,
what you
yeah,
mean?
so-
Like today I saw Ken Griffey. He and his son
Mm-hmm.
was in the same team.
Can Griffey
They-
Senior and Junior.
They played together in the
Yeah.
same team.
Legacy.
And you see virus as that, you know, like
Yeah.
fathers are doctors, sons are doctors.
And that's why it comes back to what I said. You can never go past. You can never outgrow what you see.
yeah.
Is it? You if all you saw was your dad reading or pushing or thriving or building his empire, building business, because that's why you're in business today, right?
Yes, yes,
Because
indeed.
that's what you saw.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have gentlemen or young fellas that don't see any other example other than their dad not being there,
that's all you saw when
that's
you was
all
young.
you know.
Yeah.
So you don't know anything better. So that is why it's important for good examples to keep showing. It's not about showing off. It's about being the example for persons to say, well, listen, there is an alternative. There is
Correct.
another option. There is a way out of what I'm seeing right now. You see? So, and it's all about creating a legacy.
Yeah.
Creating a legacy.
Yeah, but a father figure is indeed is important, and my two sons, and even me, you know, I believe, bro, if my father wasn't in my life, maybe I would have taken another direction, because you have friends, you know, and you follow them, you know what I'm saying, and you follow certain things. I'll give you an example. When I was young, I used to go to school in Curacao. I started to create dreadlocks, you know. And my father told me, he said, what you have in your head? What happened to you? Well, I mean, what
going on there?
What happening? Tell me what's going on. You know? So he tell me, you gotta go cut down hair, because I can't walk.
I can't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But no, at that age you don't understand it. But after, when you grow up, you understand why he telling you certain things, and why he putting the hand hard on you, because he had to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's exactly what one of the things I mentioned about being a father is. Gives you an identity, because you were going off into something else that your father know is not you. Or not the identity that he put in you from young.
Yeah.
So that's one of the jobs of a father is to see these things and say, listen, no, that's not you.
That can't work.
That can't work. You know, no.
Yeah.
This is not you. The job is to forge that identity, and that's why I shared this too. Every morning, even though my son is 2, every morning when I drop him off to school, I make him say his name, and I make him say what his name means. His name is Darren Wilson Jr. Darren means great. Nigel means champion. His middle name is Nigel, right? So I make him say, I am great, I'm a champion, even though he can't form the words properly, but I make him say it.
I heard it, man.
Yeah, because for me, that is the job to cement that identity and forge that identity so you know who you are and you know what's expected of you. So even though you behave out of character, my job is to say, listen, even though you're behaving like that, this is who you really are, you know. So whatever's going on there can't work. And it serves to reorient and settle in his subconscious so that when he becomes older, he'd be like, yo, listen, this is what my name means now. I'm a great champion. I could do anything. Is it?
Yeah.
And that is the one of the functions of a father. Forge an identity in your children.
Yeah, a father too. Like someday I had a discussion with my fiance. You know, I see it happens with various women. I don't know about you all, but after they get their first kid, they go through a period, you know, like they feel overwhelmed, you know, like they can't do nothing because they're mommy, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and it's like, when we have a discussion and we talk about it, and I tell her too that I'm as a father too, since my son is born, my life has changed, you know. Your life changed because it's not about you no more.
Exactly.
You know? You
Yeah.
always have to think about your son, about your family, you know. It's not, basically when you're young and you have no kids, bro, you're selfish, you know. You could say it in a way.
No,
you know,
but
because-
it's the truth. You're
yeah,
selfish.
because everything you go and you do,
You don't think twice
you
about
don't
it.
think twice about it.
Again though, bro, let me be the one to talk. Let me talk to the stepdads out there, right?
Right.
It's all again, it's mindset. You know, having that positive mindset. You could have picked up the same. I don't want to use the word pick up, but you were a lady.
But like they
she
say that, yeah,
she
yeah,
got one
pick up.
child. She
Yeah,
got,
we are
she
really-
got one. She got one or two or three, whatever the case may be, right? Once you already made that decision, you're gonna be involved with this lady and her children, right? You're gonna marry this lady. You're gonna become her husband immediately. When you make that step and become her husband, 1, 2, 3, they are your children.
Yeah.
They're in that household for you, with you. So you do what you got. You do what you gotta do to be positive, to be nurturing, to be protective, right? Because right now I could speak for a stepdad,
Yeah.
right? Nobody would know my son is not my son because I do everything for him.
Yeah.
When they see him, they see me.
Yeah.
But Brian, I didn't know you had a son. So that's my stepson.
Yeah.
But he looks like you. I mean, the way he he carries himself,
Yeah.
because you have to instill that in them.
Exactly.
There's some stepdads out there again. They're gonna say he's not my biological child,
Yeah.
son or daughter, and they would do more for the mother alone. And okay, you go deal with your father. Again, then that brings resentment. This man, he just there for my mother.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand?
That's
He's not there for me.
You're right. You're right.
So again, once you go full force, like he said, you made that decision, you go all the way.
You gotta go all the way with it.
You go all the way. Of course, my mother, my father would want me to have of my own.
Yeah.
But then again, it's up to me and my family now. You know, I know what I'm doing for this young man. You know, I know the attention he needs. You know, I know what the mother needs. So if God's willing, we do get another child.
Yeah.
That would be his brother, sister. You know, and that's my father, that's my father, that's my mother. So we need to let the stepdads out there know as well. Sometimes I even cut that word out. You know, I'm just using it now to be that
To be that,
example.
yeah.
You know, but the minute they ask me, Brian, you're your father? Yes. Don't think twice.
Don't think twice.
That's your son? Yes.
Yeah.
Don't think twice. I don't have to, only if you know me close,
Yeah.
you would get in that conversation of, no, when you have a child, or da 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 da. But everybody else, that's my son.
I mean to say you don't have to go into discussion.
Yeah, because once you're involved with the mother, or even we could switch it around, the stepmoms out there, because we have some situations with ladies who don't have any children and they're involved with a man who has. And they don't have, and they feel they're not a mother figure. We get that on Mother's Day. Remember the lady, are you a
Yeah.
mom? She's a stepmom, but she doesn't want to say she's a stepmom because she knows she doesn't have of her own. You know, so we need to bring it out there and let them know it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay, even if you want to chop off the step. You're a father, you're a mother, plain out, because you take care of that child to the best of your ability. But the minute you start to separate and put the step in between, it plays with your mind and makes you want to do not 100% in that sense. You know, because I agree with what you're saying. When you have your own,
Yeah.
you create that legacy.
Yeah.
But there's many out there that we could pinpoint as well, of some great men, great women that had a step parent that put them where they are today. You know, and they don't even say that's my stepdad, my stepmom.
Yeah.
That's my father. Only when you get to know them, oh wait, I didn't know that was your stepfather.
Yeah, right.
Because they're so gel. You know, they're so gel. I know many cases.
But you know, and I
That you don't see the
understand you and I
distinction.
feel you 100%. But you know, in the future, sometimes, not every case, but that son or that child, he will want to know his father.
Correct, it happens, of course.
You know, it
It happens,
happens that
of course.
he wants to know like I tell you, like
Where I come from,
Yeah.
biologically,
Like
Like my
yes.
father said, where you from?
Yes.
Where you come from,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
So he want to know where he from and how his father look, and he start to
To ask these questions.
ask these questions, you know?
Mhm.
And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna tell him?
Then again, you have to be mature, open that door, that pathway to this is your roots.
Yeah. And it all comes back to maturity.
This
The
is your
maturity
roots,
level
yeah.
of the adults in this situation will always
Because-
make or break that
They
relationship.
have mothers too, maybe the mother don't want him to even know. Who's the
Oh
father?
Lord, that
Again,
happens so much.
Maturity level.
Again, yeah.
I mean, and I can understand for some mothers in the case if the father of the child is no good, you want to protect the child from that.
From that, yes.
I mean, I understand that, but
game will
I
come
still
with
I still think that there should be some maturity or
Mhm.
some
Mexican
level
Rwandan,
of
basically.
transparency as to where who's the child's
And
father.
it's very important because even if your dad or mom is a dead big parent, then again that person could say, that's my roots, but that ain't who I be.
Mhm.
You understand?
Because
Look
the child will make the decision.
Yeah,
my roots, but
that's
not
my roots,
Yeah.
but that's not
Oh,
who I be.
okay.
You understand?
Oh, I have
My
to be.
father's a drunkard, he did look at him there on the road, but look at me today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but it's good for that parent, that mother or father to let them know this is where you come from, but I don't your destiny of who you is today. You know, so many of people out there, they use that as a crutch.
Yep.
I can't do no better because, you know, I can't do this because look at my mother, look at my father, right? Again, like he said, your surroundings play a big role. But again, for me, it's mindset. You know, some of us, we just have to grow up. Even if your father was a womanizer or your mother or whatever, you have to look at the pain it caused to the other party. You know, whatever it is your father was doing things and it hurts your mother, you have to ask yourself, hey, when I have a wife, do I want my wife to feel the way that my mother's feeling? Or the other way around?
Correct.
You understand? So, like you said, apple don't fall far from the tree, but sometimes you want to roll. You might be on a hill and you roll down because, listen, how he is or how that mother is didn't sit well with you, with how your father been treated or your mother been treated. So, again, mindset makes you who you are today. By looking at the, like he put in examples out there on Facebook, you could be in a relationship or an environment with the worst negativity all around you. But again, that Facebook portal there showing me, hey, look at that positive role model out there. So what he's saying makes sense. All of us have to be that positive role model as much as possible.
As much as possible.
And like you said,
Because
it
the
promotes
darkness-
fatherhood.
Yeah, as much
Yeah.
as
Good
possible.
father, because I mean we already see all the nonsense that is
Yeah.
going on, but some of the examples are few and far in between. Why not? Why is that?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
But
Why is that?
on the internet, they promote bad stuff every day.
Absolutely.
Well, then that's why you gotta
but-
work twice as
but-
hard to promote the good stuff.
But we know that's the way the society plays.
Mhm.
The good gets pushed aside, the bad get promoted. If you understand that concept already, then you know where to
You
run.
know what to run.
And people know how to criticize you, just for
Absolutely.
example, but they're gonna watch the one that's bad though.
Let's
You know what?
let's use Brother Darren as an example. His job right now, he put himself in the limelight. Again, so when he be positive and he doing this with his family and that, and good, great father, the minute he slip, it again,
Mhm.
it blows up.
Blows
You
up.
get judged.
Because
Yeah.
look, they want to be quick to see you
yeah,
fall.
Yeah.
Because you've been so positive,
Yeah.
right? So they want to use you now as the example to say, man, we should all be bad.
But they forget that all of us is human beings.
Yes.
All of
They
us is
forget
human
where you were
beings.
striving.
Mhm.
They forget they're going to have hills and valleys. They forget a lot of things because, oh, he think he's Mr. Good.
Yeah.
But the
yeah.
minute you slip, that's what they want to see to glorify it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the way the world is.
They're
And
not,
that's
yeah,
okay.
they're not
So-
going to share all his great videos positive. But if you slip, oh, look at the positive stuff he used to do.
That will bring you straight up.
That's sharing now.
Yeah.
Because this is the same guy who did such and such. Look, this is him. This is who I was talking about. So we have to condition our minds.
Yeah.
You know, condition our minds to, okay, I want to be the best that I could be. Do what I have to do. Be positive at all times. Because it's all about choices at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's all about your decisions
For sure,
and your
for sure.
choices at the end of the day.
Yeah.
For sure.
No,
You
indeed,
know?
indeed, it's all about your decision and your choices, and then
Mhm.
go back on
I want to ask a question because you mentioned you're a stepparent, and this is something that I always hear. It's not, I don't know if it's call it an issue, but it's a concern for many step parents. How do you deal with discipline? Disciplining children that are not yours biologically, because there are a lot of people don't want other parents or parents that are not their own to discipline their children. So what is that for you?
For me, it comes down to the thin line of helping and understanding that child it could be from a young tender age. Because for you to be able to discipline someone, you have to be able, you first have to be able to help them through certain patterns of life. Let's use an example. If Rolex was always there for me in whatever good situations, now that it's bad, I will take his advice because he was always there for me. So what I'm trying to drive for is that step parent has to be always there. Not when now he behaving bad, go to your stepdad, leave him talk to you. No, when he was behaving good, the stepdad was around, counseling, you're doing great, pat on the shoulder, everything is all right, I'm proud of you, this is good, that is good. So when the bad comes around, he or she will still take that discipline, because this coming from a source who has always been there for me. But if that person was not there and was pushed the son in the corner, just looking, okay, when he bad, then I gonna come. It's not gonna work, because they don't want to hear from that voice who was not there all the time.
Right.
That's how I feel about it. If you're there for the good, when the bad come, they will still hear and take that voice. And especially as a father, that male voice is in the house. Well, what he said goes.
Right.
Mommy is mommy. Mommy could say, do the same thing 10, 20 times.
Yeah, boy.
They're going to do it and laugh and just now. The minute the dad says, you don't hear what your mother said, get that done.
Get it done.
No, if you wasn't there, or you wasn't caring, who's you? You're my father.
Yeah.
But if you was always there
From the beginning.
they get that, oh, this person cares about me.
Okay.
I'm going to do what he says.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. So I'm always trying to be hands-on. Even sometimes you want to allow the mother to do her dues, and then eventually you're seeing 2-3 days the same actions. You have to step in and say, listen here, when your mother say XYZ, this is what it is. When you need to answer her, manners at all times. Or some fathers some fathers we sit back and we hear the child speaking to the mother in a certain way, or answering. It could be simple answers when a mother calls a child and you don't say yes, mommy. You leave that prolonged of just saying yeah. You leave that prolonged, you can never fix it. So that man has to be there, who you speaking to. And give them examples again too. Listen, when I was growing up, bam, 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 I couldn't tell my mother, yes, mommy, at all times. Yes, mommy, no, mommy, excuse me, mommy. Instill that in them, so they go, okay, no problem.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta be there. Yes, mommy, yes, daddy. And then show them the examples again. As grown as we are today, when my father called me, yes, daddy. No, daddy.
Oh, yes, sir, no, sir.
Yeah.
I would say to all the fathers out there, once you get your wife or your girlfriend pregnant, you have to stand beside her, because especially when she's pregnant. Because I see, brother, again, like I tell you see women walking just with the belly, and
That's right.
they don't know, on like Facebook, taking out pictures, they by themselves, like no father, like did the baby just come there and.
But Brother Darren said he made a point, they're scared, yes. But we started out saying there's a lot of factors. And you said as well, boys will always be boys until
someone teaches them to be more.
Correct? But that gentleman a man always feels when he's not ready for a child and it been put upon him. I mean, he did what he did, but it's been put upon him. He got to be stopped doing what he wants to do.
But bro, scared, I say, but can be scared when the baby born and you have to deal, but they don't be there even when
they're pregnant. That's what I'm
saying.
getting to. It's not about, for me, it's not about scared now. It's about that responsibility. It's about not telling and telling a woman at the same time. Remember games and relationships, right? A woman having a child for you, for a man is also, so we serious now then. I got to be there for you now then. Because most men, they want to hit it, do what they have to do and move on to the next, to the next, to the next. So when, ex pregnant, oh gosh, now why she gonna find out ex pregnant? You know, and meaning I need to be more with X than Y. But I don't want that. So I'm trying to tell X, I don't want no child because I ain't telling her about Y or B or C, but that's what's happening. So that's why the guys are quickly to say, no, I don't want no child. And the woman, she has all her rights, she's going to keep that child. And eventually she's going to see him with the Y, because Y ain't pregnant. And she, oh, but that way you leave me? No, ain't that's the case. Why you understand me? Why you got a child for me, but you won't understand me because you keeping that. That's what's going on, I can tell you. Mellow over there now. But that is,
you have to be in this conversation.
like Darren said, Darren is foreign to certain things.
When I say it's foreign to me, I mean that I can't fathom seeing myself doing that.
Yeah, but it's not scared, guy. I can tell you it's not scared.
It's not scared, but at the same time,
I feel, brother, me personally, the day my first son was born, bro, you know, I'm not a very, very emotional fella, but that's the day I just felt like crying, bro. Because it was so amazing. I don't know about you, Darren. The first, when I was there, it was so like,
we're gonna use a word right now. Were you in love?
Yeah.
That's it. So
in love with who?
No, he was in love with your fiance right now.
Yeah.
So that's it. That was the commencement of, oh my gosh, yes, I really care for you and I want to have this child with you. So you were in love. A lot of the youths today are in lust. So when you come with this child now, I ain't love you. When you going, I ain't say I want to be with you for the. So there way it comes. So they're not in love to now say, yes, I am so happy to be a father.
Yeah.
Right? If they were in love, yes, that's your response. That's the result you will get. But majority of the times, I'm lost with you, and we having fun. Now, the moment you have a child, you want to mess up my fun, because
and it all comes back to the fact that no one is teaching how to be better.
You want to stop what we were doing. What we were doing was so good, and now you messing it up. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't get rid of that child, our fun done. He moving on. But now that child, no matter what comes in, and that's your son or that's your daughter, eventually you're gonna have to come around, yes or no. But
I still think that at some point, if that's your child, whether it's in lust or in love, you have to take up responsibility.
Correct.
You got to be responsible, because if you were
why
responsible,
they don't be responsible? From the same fact I told you, they already give the person the ultimatum. Meaning, the ultimatum doesn't have to mean anything. But for them, it means, I told you don't get this child. Before it was 3 months, per se, because we know how the pregnancy go. So men out there just believe, I already gave you the ultimatum. I'm speaking for them out there. I already gave you the ultimatum. I don't want children. I don't want no child right now. And if you go and conceive this child, you're on your own.
Right.
But now the woman knows that is his child. So on my own or not, when this child is conceived, I still come knocking on the door, this is your son, this is your daughter. And he's like, but wait, you didn't understand when I tell you you're on your own. But he's gonna have to come to the grasp that that's my child, and some of them now, they don't want to contribute because they already gave her that ultimatum from before, you're on your own if you have the child. Which is wrong. But that's what they do.
So how do we fix that? How do we fix that? That's what I want to program.
We need enough time for that.
Yeah.
But the only way we fix that,
just give up.
the only way we fix that is for us to get out there, which is we don't see it anymore, is using contraception, promoting it more. Too much of looseness is in the society, and people are surprised when they're pregnant. How can you be surprised if you don't protect yourself? So we need to promote more protection. If you don't want to be in a situation you see X, Y, Z in. But many of them believe, oh no, he gonna be there for me. Which we see doesn't happen. So we don't promote protection, this will continually happen. Because I don't see how you could be surprised you're pregnant. How? If you know what you were
That's
doing,
one. Okay, so yeah, okay, cool. So
promote
so,
it,
It
promote
started
it.
So that's
for
one.
protection.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
What about you?
the guys, that's I'm telling you, that's what the men feel out
Bro.
there. They give them that
Bro, me-
ultimatum.
How do we fix this, Mr. Relax the second?
You know, bro, like I say, like Brian say, you know, you start by protection, you know, but again, in life, brother, there's a lot of situations, you know, that like I was just explaining you all just now, but most of them though is irresponsible, you know. I find there's a lot of irresponsibilities going on here, you know, like me, I have 2 sons now, and to me, I'm good,
Yeah.
you know, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't need no more kids, I don't want no more kids, because kids, babies come with responsibilities,
For sure.
and you have to teach them, learn them, send them to school, send them to college, and I just think, brother, that there's certain things that it cannot be managed easy anymore, because there's men out there now that they just don't care, brother. You know, they just do what they gotta do and they just move on. You know.
Put the ball in the ladies' corner then. The ladies have to
Indeed.
protect themselves.
Yeah. Like
The
you say,
ladies
yeah,
have to
you're saying
protect
something there.
themselves.
You're saying
That's
something there.
it.
But no, I want just fast
Go ahead.
wanted to
Go
talk
ahead.
about this, Darren. Just now, Brian said, when you with a woman and she have a child or not, you have to make a decision that you're going for whatever.
Right.
And like you said, a man would want his own child, but you have to make that decision. But like you all say, but you have to talk to her, right? To see. But again, I'll give you another scenario. If you with a woman, you love her, and she cannot get a baby, and you're a man, it's rough, brother.
Okay, I know cases like that.
There's a lot of cases like that.
A lot of
you
cases.
know, that it's really rough. You know, like that's something you cannot fix.
So,
Give me a fast, I want to hear you out though.
Yeah, honestly, again, it all for me, and everything for me, it all hinges on the maturity level of the individuals involved. Because some women, they know good and well come into a relationship that they can't have children. Some women,
don't know though.
Some don't know.
Yeah.
So only when you get married, you realize that.
Cannot happen.
For me personally, and I share this example
Quickly,
because
we gotta wrap
we
up.
gotta wrap up. Share this example. You have to be mature about it. You have to say, okay, well, this is the case. You know what? We can adapt. I mean, or do something like that. But again, this will be for another program.
Yeah.
But
okay,
yeah.
Samantha, thank you, Darren, thank you for being here, bro.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate it. You come back once again. I'm looking forward to inviting you more in the future, because you give out good words and good quotes,
Positive
and
vibes.
positive vibes.
Good man.
You know, and Samantha, we really need
You need that.
more of, you know, positive and, you know, around Samantha. Thank you so much. SOS Radio, Samantha, right?
Sid Martin, thank you for your time again. Strictly Business on SOS Radio 95.9 FM every Sunday from 12 to 1 p.m. Remember, life is all about choices. So be careful who you choose and what you choose, because time waits on no one. And lastly, I'm going to always add, remember, do your part to keep St. Martin clean. Thank you.